name is Lucy and today I'll be talking about my experience at the Surfing Lizard because this is my first job, and just be answering a few questions about how to get into the hospitality world.
How old are you?
I am 14 years old now and I'm turning 15 this year in November.
What made you want to apply for your first job at Surfing Lizard?
So one of my friends got a job here about 2 weeks before me, and then she was talking about how wonderful it was, and then at that point I had applied for a few jobs, but because I had no experience they didn't really see past that, but the Surfing Lizard really was inclusive and let me prove that. Yeah.
Do you remember how nervous you were before your first shift?
For my first shift I was nervous, but I was even more nervous for my trial shift before I officially got the job, because that's when I was proving to myself and to everyone that I was able to work here. And it was the furthest I've ever got in a job application, so it meant a lot, and I did well enough to get the job, so I was very happy.
What's something you've learned at WAR that school never taught you?
A lot of things, but the most important is probably patience, especially when customers might say something that isn't the kindest. It makes you just like reflect, and or maybe they're just having a bad day, and to understand everyone's perspective.
How did you feel when you got your very first paycheck?
I was very happy. I remember I got the notification that I got my first paycheck, and I checked how much it was, and it was a lot. And that was just before Christmas time. So I remember I bought presents for my family, which is the first time I was ever able to do so. So I was very happy.
What is your favorite part about working at Surfing Lizard?
Probably just a mix of everything between the atmosphere, the people, and the food, obviously. I love the people that I work with and all the customers that come in. Everyone's very nice.
What is one mistake you made at work, and what did you learn from it?
Well, I have a few, but most of the mistakes I make are because I'm too scared to ask a follow-up question. For example, if someone says take out the rubbish, but I take out the wrong rubbish because I was too scared to ask them which rubbish. So now I've learned that if you don't understand something, then everyone's nice here, so there's no shame in asking, and everyone just helps you.
How has working changed the way you see money?
It has definitely changed a lot. I remember thinking before I got a job, like, oh wow, this is cheap, or how much, like, when I'm older I can afford that easily, but now I can afford more stuff, but it also makes me think what I want to do more with the money I'm getting. Like if I want to save it for something in the future, save it for a car in a few years and whatnot. So yeah.
So you're more picky now?
Yeah, more picky and I have more like self-resistance.
Smart.
Yeah, money smart.
What would you say to your friend who is scared to get their first job?
Everywhere is different, but if they were getting a job in general, I would say it's a very good experience, but especially at the Surfing Lizard, it's an amazing experience. And yeah, if they wanted a job here, I would definitely recommend it if it was here.
What is one skill you are proud of developing since working here?
One skill I've developed, probably time management. Like during my shift and also before my shift, for example, like I have more awareness. Oh, it takes me this long to get ready, and I have to be at work on time. So, like what time to start getting ready. Like it's developed more after I got a job.
Last one. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So in 5 years, I would have graduated high school. So even if I'm not working anymore, which honestly I probably would be, I would say I've learned a lot here that I have confidence that in whatever workplace I get into, I can bring some of the traits I've learned here into that workplace. So I think it's overall been a very good experience here, and I'm grateful.
Do you have any advice to tell to your friends?
To tell my friends,
People same as you are.
I would say getting a job is a very good idea at my age, because it teaches you a lot of stuff that some people my age still might not have developed yet. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to have learned some of those skills. So
Thank you for
thank you.
your sharing today.